The more we share our faith, the more likely we are at some point to encounter an objection or a tough question. And one of the more common objections is, I don't believe in God. When a person asks you how he can be sure that there is a God, begin by asking him what evidence he'd need to believe that God exists. You see, the average person will say something like, well, I'd have to see him. To that you might reply, do you believe in air, gravity, love, or intelligence? Have you ever seen them? So is it really fair to use two different standards of proof, one for God and one for everything else that exists but can't be seen? To solve this problem, you can suggest ways that have helped you believe that God exists. The first one is the law of cause and effect. We use this line of reasoning every day. Whenever we see an effect, we naturally and correctly assume that there's a cause behind the effect. Think of it this way. We believe in the existence of air, gravity, love, and intelligence, not because we've seen them, but because we see the effect that they have. For example, we see dust blowing and leaves rustling, and we assume the presence of wind. In the same way, I believe in God, not because I see him, but because I see all around me signs that logically point to a great invisible cause whom I believe is God. This brings us to our second point, the evidence of design. When I look at my watch, I know that it didn't spontaneously self-assemble or evolve in slow stages from nothing. The watch's beautiful design points to a watchmaker. Likewise, looking at the wonders of the universe all around us, we see order, beauty, and design. We logically conclude that a beautifully designed watch points to a watchmaker, so it makes sense that an elegantly designed world points to the evidence of a world maker, a designer, who I call God. Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa brings us to our third point, the presence of personality. When looking at the Mona Lisa, we can see the evidence of personality and conclude logically that this painting could not have been the result of an impersonal cause, because a cause must always be greater than its effect. Because the painting evidences personality, so the cause must have personality. In fact, it has to be a person. All around us is a beautifully orderly world filled with people of personality. We reason then that the great cause or designer we spoke of earlier must have personality. In fact, it must be a person that I call God. This last point is an important one because a cause or a force cannot hold us accountable, but a person can and will. I'm John Sorensen. This has been Reasonable Answers for Honest Skeptics.